Welcome back to Stocklabs for another market recap. We're here at the end of the year. This was the week leading up to Christmas. So market was closed on Christmas Eve Friday, but we did get trading into Wednesday the 23rd. So a pretty good week for markets. I mean, generally you don't expect a lot of action on these sort of holiday shortened weeks. But we had been getting a little bit oversold just with the market getting kind of hit the last few weeks. So you got a bit of a relief bounce, basically all week. Um, Indices all did pretty well. If we check our major ETFs, um, so yeah, Qs were up 3.3%. IWM, same thing, 3.3%. S&P up 2.5%, and Dow up 1.73. Oil got a nice bounce again. You sort of see oil trading both directions for a while. After going straight up for several months earlier in the year. Yeah, this pretty pretty typical. I would say spread. Q's leading, and then IWM just generally a little more just plain volatile. It actually did pretty well this week, although it had been getting hit outsized to the downside before. And then S&P and Dow, um, real blue chip stuff was good, nice bounce, steady bounce. Gold flat, kind of uneventful, and bonds dropped some. Okay, we'll check the screener to see how these returns sort of broke down by market cap. Wait, I don't need to sort this. Okay, so 1 to 5 billion, 3.43%. 5 to 10 billion, 5%. So a pretty big jump on mid caps. Large caps, 2.43%. Mega caps, 2.31%. Okay, so this is all pretty uniform. And Terra caps plus 2.25%. Let me go back to that one that was sort of stuck out to the upside. It was 5.24%. Okay, what is this? Oh, because this one stock was like a real outlier in the return. So let's see, X that stock, 2.86%. Okay, it's like in line with everything else. So pretty good distribution from just across the whole range of market caps. It wasn't just large caps dragging the indices higher. Everything caught a bounce. So the Santa rally sort of took place, this week, these couple days right before Christmas. And, it seems like usually in my mind, it's almost immediately after Thanksgiving, everyone starts calling for the Santa rally to take place. And it seems like sometimes it does, start then, but every other year seems like you end up getting walloped for a couple weeks before the rally ends up happening. So I don't know, maybe that's just in my head, but that's what my general impression is. Because you heard people calling for Santa rally basically for 3 or 4 weeks, and it was just the market was still getting sort of liquidated. For the most part, leading up until this week, this past week. As for the just mega caps, okay, Tesla really big week, 14% to the upside. Nvidia up 7%. Netflix 4.5%, and the rest were well, let's see, Facebook and Amazon were flat, but then the rest were between 3 and 4%. So yeah, not too bad from all these guys. Same thing. The market, the rally was broad this week, so large caps participated, or these are like the largest caps, but you get what I'm saying. All the way down to the smaller capped stocks. So if we go to our industries, yeah, so again, this is pretty broad. So it wasn't just market caps, but it was also broad across sectors as well. So this is a good thing to see. Generally utilities are a little softer because they're not as much of a risk on trade. But yeah, you see basic materials, tech, services, even healthcare was up. I don't know if we've seen a healthcare weekly sort of performance like this in a long time. Seems like it's always to the downside of, it's like a big red bar instead of a big green bar. Um, and then what was leading? This all looks like fairly good stuff. I mean, it's sort of like reopening type plays, plus some tech, plus some little bit of everything. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We've got 17 sectors up 5%. So that's pretty good. I mean, it's not stellar. We've had better weeks, but it is better than what we have had in recent weeks. I know I missed the recap last week due to like some technical difficulties, but yeah, we're hanging in there breadth wise this week. This is a better performance that hopefully can get built on. Maybe not in this immediate week because this is kind of a dead week, in my opinion, for markets, but maybe at the start of the new year. To the downside, not much. So we only even had like 16 or 17 sectors down at all. This is kind of funny. Shell companies was exactly flat. Okay. Uh, yeah, we have some interesting naming conventions in here, as you can see. Chinese burritos, they've been on the downside list for a long time this year. Okay, so yeah, nothing bad on the downside for breadth. You know, Again, it was a pretty healthy rally all week across sectors, across market caps. It was a good week for the market overall. Um, jump back into Screener and see for intelligence what we have for this coming week. Okay, so we have biotech. It's been pretty rare for this to show up as rated bullish, mainly because biotech's been getting hit so much or so often and whipsawing around so much, all year. It's hard to nail it down for, um, trying to pick a direction. We have retail, corn, uh, not to be confused with Bitcoin. This is actual corn. And then we have energy and aerospace and defense. So this is what I would call more of a real economy type reflation rally, as opposed to, if you took all of them together, as opposed to sort of just a tech driven rally. Let's see. We have a similar thing on the other side of this. Okay, so yeah, it's the same exact thing, just inverted. So LABD is bear biotech, but it's rated bear. And same thing for Drip and Energy, and NRGD is big oil. So energy and biotech look to be set up for maybe a run this week, and at least for the start of the week, that's probably where we want to focus some of our attention. Um, we'll jump in here. We were almost getting sort of oversold down here. I think some of intraday we had dipped down below, but we never actually triggered an oversold signal. Aside from the one way back on, I mean not way back, but on the 1st of December. So yeah, I mean we sort of jumped the gun on the rally before getting an oversold signal, but that happens sometimes. So um, there's always another time. You can see up here over time. the smaller stuff has gotten smoked, while the larger larger cap stocks have held up pretty well. So you have terra caps and mega caps basically at all-time highs, and then you have the smaller speculative stocks just getting, you know, sold down, almost daily, based on this. So um, it's been a two-sided market. I know inside Stocklabs we were sort of saying, weeks, and I think I had posted it. I'd have to find the exact date, but it was probably a couple months ago now, that if a stock's under 50 billion cap, just don't even look at it. So 50 billion cap is the cutoff for these mega caps. So if you're not in this index or above, then you shouldn't even entertain it, unless you're really micromanaging your positions. Otherwise, you walk away and you come back, and next thing you know, your stock's down 35% in 5 weeks, and you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, keep it simple. Larger cap stocks where the action's been. Of course, now that I'm saying this, it'll go the other way, but that's just an example. For the people that have been following along for the weeks since that was posted, you've been staying out of trouble better than a lot of other people. Okay, so this week, gonna be a bit of a dead week in my opinion. Um, maybe just sort of choppy around the highs. There, could be one dip that you buy and it closes back at the highs, and that'll be it. But um, yeah, I don't imagine people will be trading all that much this week. But some people will be trying to eke out final couple basis points for the end of the year. But other than that, if you haven't made your money this year at this point, then just start planning for next year. There's no point in blowing yourself up in the last 4 days uh, trying to make something crazy happen. All right, so yeah, sorry I missed last week, but we're back, and heading into the new year. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you guys all later. Okay, bye.